Hello, and welcome to the first of two videos that I've done for Tutorial 4 on 201. The first video is going to be about the non-EU issues, and the second video about EU issues. So let's start with the non-EU issues. Key issue that we looked at was the question of police powers. Now this is important for two different reasons. First of all, of course, it's a continuation of your studies in the English legal system. This is before the court case. It's about from arrest to the point of charging. It's also important because of the issues that arise about the rights of individuals. And what I've produced, and if you're on my list of students, I will have already sent you a copy. If you haven't got a copy, just email me at jdavidmorgan@googlemail.com and I'll be happy to email a copy of it to you. It's a worksheet, but it's designed that by the end of it you will have a table which has all the key information about police powers and the rights of an individual from arrest through to release from detention. And on this sheet there are 6 columns. The first is when the right applies. There are some key points. There's the time of arrest, there's taking to the police station, there's arrival at the police station, and then there are various key points in the period of detention when certain things must be done by. The second column is a description of the right or the power. The third is any qualifications upon the power or qualifications upon the right. The fourth, the relevant section of PACE or of the codes. The fifth column is if there is a qualification, so for example the right to have access to a lawyer can be delayed. You need to state which offences it applies to and the level of authority needed to invoke that. So very important set of information which could well come in useful when you sit the exam later in the year. Well, we move then on to some EU matters, and I'm going to deal with that in the second video. But I also said a few words about the next TMA. Now this is a fairly straightforward TMA. You've got some details of offences taken from the statute, you've got some scenarios, and you're asked to interpret the statutes and apply them to the problem scenario. You need to approach this in a very logical manner. As you've seen from what you've looked at in criminal law, there is the wrongful act, the actus reus, and the guilty mind, the mens rea, which is required for an offence to have been committed. And if you analyse each of those offences, you will see that you can break it down into those things which relate to the act and those things which relate to the state of mind. Now, as you go through this in a very logical manner, if all the necessary elements of actus reus and mens rea are there, the offence has been, well, assuming that the physical evidence is there. But if actus reus and mens rea are established, then the offence is established. Now, there may be some defences as well, but it's that actus reus and mens rea that we're concentrating on. If any element is missing, however awful you may think the individual is, they're not guilty of that offence. So don't fall into the trap of thinking, oh, this person is so awful, they must be guilty. They are only guilty if mens rea and actus reus are present. So work through it logically, and it's a nice straightforward set of questions. Well, that's the end of the first video. Second video, we look at the EU issues.